Shalom, shalom. This brother Kwam Walla
It's Shemot.
coming at you with a quick lesson. Before we get into this lesson, we would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKadash. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. All right. On this lesson, we're going into the times we're in. Second Ezra 9, 2, I believe. Not 9 and 2, 9 and 1. It says, measure the time diligently within itself. We at the part where the Lord spoke of it's going to be a famine, and right now, a lot of these stores, that these ships ain't getting to these docks, and these truckers ain't getting to these stores from these warehouses, all right? But we're about to get into it. This second Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. And overnight, because you got people who work overnight to stock these shelves. When these food ain't here, it ain't gonna be the next time when you go in there. It might just be toilet paper. You might not see them beef ribs, them steaks, and them little chicken wings you like, man. Packed up for the next day, and it's gonna decrease, man. It's gonna suddenly appear unsown, and it says the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and that's the steps we progressively going to. All right, you got anything?
Yeah. This is book of Second Ezra, chapter. This is book of Second Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 18. It says, "The beginning of sorrows and great torments." I'm sorry, Slaki. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars. The powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. And it said, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Because now here it is, famine is kicking in on a high level. I remember 2020 in November, you had Esau pulling back shipments like of food and various things, mainly food, shipments that they had held back from coming to America, which what that's gonna do. That's gonna cause stock to be on a low level, and it's gonna cause inflation because when stock is on a low level, if storage. If the storage houses like Giant Eagle or different grocery stores and like Save a Lot of stuff like that, if they stock is low, then what's gonna happen is that the inflation gonna go up, meaning that the prices on the stock that they do have is gonna skyrocket. So what you gonna have, you're gonna have like a class war, shit. You're gonna have like the middle class and the higher class buying high stock meats and stuff like that when the low class can't really afford it. Hey man, all hell is about to break loose, man. The Lord is about to, he dividing the houses, and the topic being this famine, that's gonna be one of the main destructions of Jacob.
And real quick, I wanted to go into this account with Joseph, in the famine in Egypt. I'm gonna go to Genesis 47 and 13. I'll start at 13. All right. It says, and there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. So people losing weight, they animals was losing weight. There was no food. It said it was very sore. So just imagine, and it was before it got like fucked up to where they started kicking in doors and taking each other food, but it was getting to that point that we about to closely get into now.
God.
All right.
Hey, he said the animals was losing weight. When you get to a point of hunger, it makes you go like it's gonna make people go out and do stuff. Like you're gonna have people rioting and stuff like that. Hey, but when the animals get hungry and the Lord put a spirit on the animals, it's gonna get crazy, man. You
Con.
know, you gonna have beasts taking children. Snatching up children. You gonna have different various beasts hunting people. You know,
Con.
birds hunting people.
Con. The Lord said He created the dogs to tear.
Mm.
You know. But I'm gonna go to verse 14. It says, and Joseph, which I believe that's Yahweh, but we gonna keep going. Correct me if I'm wrong. It says, and Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the corn which they bought, and Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph. So the money, it failed in the land of Egypt. All right, just like the brother was going into the inflation,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then the whole thing is once the money gone, then what?
Exactly.
You know.
Hey, matter of fact, speaking of money, well, we can keep going, Slucky. I got a piece.
No. It says all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, "Give us bread, for the money faileth." And Joseph said, "Give your cattle." All right. So it came to the point where they had to give their livestock, their horses, the calves, they sheep, they oxen, stuff that's the other part of riches. All right. Because gold and silver is a part of wealth, and livestock is a part of wealth. But once you give up that, then what you got?
I got one. It's cause like you was talking about which that's in the book of Second Ezra. Paraphrase talk about like they let in those times be as pilgrims. They who paraphrase
pilgrims on the earth.
Yeah, those who talk about like those who die. Those who buy as be as they will get no gain. Paraphrasing, because that's how it was in that time. They were selling things like right now, like things that you think that is good to you, like a 75-inch TV. Somebody would be selling that for like a piece of chicken, man.
Right, because the things that you claim as part of wealth to you now is not gonna be worth nothing to a person who got a fucking apple, and that might be a rotten apple at that.
Yeah, Kai, you gonna sell a 75-inch for a rotten apple in that day, man.
If you want to pull an account where they said the head of the oxen, I mean not the head of the ass, was sold for, I believe, I can't remember how many shekels or how many pieces of silver, but that's what and that was just the head. There's no meat on no goddamn head of anything, for real. You know, when you go to slaughter a cow, you going for the best parts.
Yeah,
you know, that's just like, who the fuck want to buy a hoof?
Yeah, kind.
You know,
yeah, kind.
You know, that's the time it's about to come into. You know, but
that's heavy. It says 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 25. It says, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung.
Dove shit, but keep going.
For 5 pieces of silver.
Right, man. You see the times we coming into, and right now, you know, people ain't worried because victual is still kind of so sweet on the earth.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's about the Lord about to break the staff, staff of the bread.
I got a precept for that because, like you said, Jake just still walking on his wickedness, not considering all of these plagues that's coming to pass. It says, this is going back to 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 20. It says, but for all these things they shall not return. They shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You know, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, right? Hey, ain't no, you ain't gonna find no head of an animal in a grocery store right now.
Right,
you know?
You're gonna find the head of a cat that a crackhead probably caught, man.
Yeah, kind. Yeah, you ain't gonna, right now,
and it's on,
it ain't to that point, right? It ain't to that point to where they, people selling shit out of the animal for pieces of silver.
Right, but the script, go ahead, but the scriptures say, the righteous they're gonna live wisely, because the scriptures say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. Not knowing that you can walk past, you'll see a field clothed with dandelions, and
I
that's
appreciate
food
that.
for you. That's
I got
meat for you.
I
You
appreciate
know.
that for that. But let me finish this verse out. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth." Right? Because the evils are growing, man. The sword, famine, and there go famine, and great confusion. Famine is growing, man. The Lord is growing. And you had just like 2 or 3 years ago, you had all of the farmers, they had to stop their crops. They had to stop sending their crops to the grocery stores. Not the only ones who really own crops is like Bill Gates and stuff like that. That's Esau for you. But this is this is the book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 22. Because like the brothers was going into, hey, us men of the Lord, willingly those men, we gonna be good in that time. It says, this book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Right. So when these different beasts gonna be getting hungry, and Lord put the spirit on them to go snatch up a child or something like that, or go hunt for some for a human or something. We gonna be at peace with these animals, man. And we not, we gonna laugh at the famine because Yahweh Shai is gonna deliver certain men. You see?
All right, and to go on and back in Genesis 47, I'm gonna start at verse 16 again. It says, "And Joseph said, Give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money faileth." So Joseph told him, like, shit, when the money gone, bring your livestock, and then I can give you some food. All right, but that's just basically you decreasing basically out of your wealth and your value to basically we about to get into it. It says, and they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses and their flocks and for the cattle of their herds. So basically now you ain't even got no, like back then when you had livestock, that's how you worked your farm. Now they got tractors and shit like that, but that they had to give all that up. So there was no, even when you give up all your livestock, you basically giving up, all you got is your field. All right? You ain't got nothing there. You can't sow all that. That's why you needed all that. You can't, like, we're going to keep going. It says, and they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses and for the flocks and for the cattle of the herd, Slakia, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. He gave them a year's worth of food for their livestock. It says, when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, We will not hide it from you, my lord, how that our money is spent. Now he said, like, they basically said, man, we just got to come point blank to you. We broke. We ain't got nothing. All right. And it says, my lord also have our herds and our cattle. So they was like, you got our herd, you got our livestock. It says, there is not aught left in thy sight of my lord. So they was like, we ain't got nothing left. All right. It says, but our bodies and our lands. Right there, our bodies. Now what is about to, that's the whole point what Bill Gates trying to do. All right, even though the Lord got him working, the scriptures say the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. But you got, that's how Bill Gates working right now. That's how the Lord got him. All right, and it says, hold on, let me see, where was I at? Yeah, it says it says, but our bodies and our land. So that's what you about to be the cattle. All right, that digital all. All right, that's what's coming. All right, that's how that's the way of tactical that he's going to weaponize and use it. All right, that's how he's weaponizing. He's going to weaponize this famine. All right, it says,
I got you.
Wherefore, go ahead. Well, go ahead.
This book of Amos, yeah, because you is gonna have the famine is being weaponized, you know, and the brother was you was going into like pretty much the currency of it all, like you know how the balances is sold, you know what I mean, like the way even down to like the way like the way food, and not just food but anything else is sold, you know what I mean. Esau then switched up the actual balances of how trade is supposed to go through, you know, and that's gonna play a part in famine. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, and verse 5. It's saying, I'm going to go to verse 4. Hear this, O ye that swallow up the needy, even to make the poor of the land to fail. You know, it says, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Shabbat, that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great. It says making the ephah small and the shekel great. When you go into that word ephah in the blue letter, it talks about like pretty much the balance or the quality of something. You know, so that's what Esau does. That's what Esau gonna do during famine. He gonna make the balances and the qualities of the ephah of whatever type of food object is in the store. He gonna make that. He made that small and he made the shekel great. But now we getting to a point to where the cost on different foods is gonna be on a high level. And falsifying the balances by deceit, right? And he gonna falsify. Hey, the balances of the prices that's gonna be on a different on different foods is gonna be on a high level, you know, and that's one of the tactics that he gonna use to destroy Jake, you know, because this famine is actually a part of a war, you know.
Right, that's a war tactic. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
that's what they did when they seized Jerusalem. You know, they cut off the food from coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which made us what? Eventually, we ran out, and it got us weaker. That's what you know. That, like I said, that's a tactical.
Yeah, kind of. It's one of the easiest. One of the brothers was talking about this. That I think that's what your Khan said at camp. Like, it's one of the. It's another way to kill people. It's to starve. It's to starve them to death. That's one of the tactics. That's one of the tactics that people use if they want to without the first hand combat. You know what I mean? That's what Esau can use to destroy his undesired people, which is the Lord's people. Which is ultimately the judgment of Yahweh Shemir Shah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Khan. All right. Genesis 47:19. It says, "Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land?" It says, "By us." All right, and that's what is about to come. These digital oils, you being bought then. All right. It says that charagma. Okay. It says, "By us and our lands for bread." And we are and our lands will be servants unto Pharaoh, and that's basically the breaking point where they want us to get to, so we can be servants unto him. But the elect is not going to do that. The elect ain't going to have to go through that as long as you trust in Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right. It says, and we and our lands will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. And then that's what it's gonna come to, where people this famine is gonna be part of breaking you. All right, so you can take that. That's where when he say he calls of all, both what is it, rich or poor, free or bond, to receive that charagma. All right, it says, verse 20. It says, and Joseph bought all the land of Egypt and for Pharaoh. It says, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them, so the land became Pharaoh's. And people will end up selling their land, man, their houses, for dirt cheap, just to feed their family, man, because they ain't got faith, not knowing that if a part of your family member die, but it really goes off you, because the Lord say if you and your house will be saved. All right. But the ones that die, It was the Lord said every morning He brings His judgment to light. They was supposed to go, man. That's that Isaiah. Or no. I ain't gonna bring that. That's but I'm gonna keep reading. It says, and as for the people, He removed them to cities from one end to the borders of Egypt, even to the other ends thereof, and the land of the priests bought He not, for the priests had a portion assigned them to Pharaoh, and did eat their portion which Pharaoh gave them, wherefore they sold not their lands. Then Joseph said unto the people, behold, I have bought you this day and your land for Pharaoh. Lo, here is seed for you, and you shall sow the land, and it shall come to pass in the increase that you shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and the fourth parts shall be your own. So, after when the people who don't fully trust in the Lord, you take this, their idea, the devices, the outcome is that they want you to serve them, bring the fifth part of your earnings, your income to them, and that's really all it is when it comes down to taxes too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but it's gonna be probably a higher increase of that. But really, you're their livestock at the end of the day. Once that transhumanism, you will be officially theirs. All right, you chose them to be lords over you, not Yahweh Shai. All right.
I got one.
Go ahead.
This book of Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 40. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make ye ready to thy battle." Because once again, this famine is another tactic of war. So it's a battle. It says, and those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, this is the point, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. So that's gonna be the name of the game coming into the times that we coming into. Everything, that's gonna be bought and sold is the value of it is gonna go, it's gonna be a more survivalist type of value to the things that's gonna be sold, man.
Con,
You know.
con. And it made me think of that one scripture where it talks about wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. Because when you become pilgrims on the earth, that's how you're gonna really survive in that time. Apostle Tahar always going to buy silver, buying silver, because that silver is not gonna lose its value. This dollar is gonna lose its value. So that would be your defense. You don't know when it might come to a time, and best believe that price of silver is about to skyrocket. So that I just wanted to bring that point out. I'm gonna finish out in this Genesis right quick. It says, read Genesis 47-24 right quick. It says, and it shall come to pass in the increase that you shall give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and the fourth part shall be your own for seed of the field and your food, and for them of your household, and for the food of your little ones. And they said, thou hast saved our lives. And that's what these weak ass niggas gonna say, man. All right.
Con.
It says, let us find grace in thy sight, and of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants. But no, man, you gotta hold your integrity and trust in the Lord. We about to go to Luke. I'm gonna go to Luke 12.
That was heavy. What was that?
Genesis 47.
He said thou shalt save our life, man. Hey, cause you gonna have certain jakes, with, like the scripture say, woe unto them that put their trust in Egypt. You're gonna have certain jakes that go down, and they get help from Egypt, and like the scripture read in Genesis, they're gonna say thou hast saved our life. And but like the scripture say in the book of Isaiah, I think that's chapter 31 or 33. It say woe unto them that put their trust in Egypt, both him that helpeth and them that are helping, gonna be destroyed. But paraphrasing, man. So even in a time like that, Jake's still gonna put their trust in the enemy rather than their power, and so that's why a lot of Jakes gotta get destroyed. But yeah, you can go ahead on that.
Scripture say never trust our enemies, man.
Oh, kind of, that's the spirit, yeah.
This is Luke. I started this Luke 12, and I start at 16. It says, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a rich man brought forth plentiful. All right. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruit? So this rich man had his land, he had a whole bunch of land, and his land brought forth a lot of food. And he was like, well, okay, where can I store all this? All right. It says, verse 18, and he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater ones. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say unto my soul, soul, thou hast much good laid up for many years. So this man basically was, I mean, if you think about today's time, what you call preppers, them doom, I mean, that's what popped in my mind as far as that goes. Like, you know, because people, that's what people got. They got fucking underground little houses filled with food that's gonna last them can last them a year, maybe 2 years, depending on how. And they got that type of money to do it. You know, Esau got it like that. And some people fill up their garages and their basements full of that. You know, they go buy up cases and cases of water, bags of rice, canned goods, all right, dry goods, and then they even go to the extent of ordering prepackaged shit that's gonna last, that could be packaged up to 5 to 10 years. All right. But it said, to keep going, it says, verse 19, and I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat and drink and be merry. But Yahweh said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall these things be which thou hast provided? And you know, for much as it go, when the times is coming is scary, you know, but the Lord said, whose is this stuff gonna be? You know, the Lord said, my servants shall eat. All right. So when it comes down to these points where you might be thinking you not about to, you probably ain't eat nothing in 3 days, and then boom, you end up finding this fucking metal circle on the top part of the ground, and you open it, and you see, you smell, I mean, just to keep it, hey man, how it might be, you might see somebody who got stabbed and died from that shit, and then you climb down there and there's nothing but food. You know, that's it could be like that, you know. But I'm gonna keep going. It says, so is verse 21, Luke 12 and 21. So is he that layeth up treasure for himself, and it is not rich towards Yahweh. So right now you're supposed to be laying up your treasure, which I got. If you want to pull that, is Matthew 6 and 19. I mean, you know, if you got a precept?
No, I'm about to get it.
Kind. But yeah, you're supposed to lay up your treasures in heaven, all right? So the Lord can bless you down here, you know. That's your spiritual treasure, all right?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 19. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth,
where rich man, go ahead,
where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. You know, down here, this is a carnal world to even want to even put your treasures up for, especially knowing the truth now. You know, all your might should be given to serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah,
you know, laying up your treasures. All right. But I want to go. I'm gonna keep reading on this. Is Luke 12 and 24. It says, "Consider the ravens, for neither they sow nor reap, which neither have storehouses nor barns, and Yahweh feedeth them. Exactly. How much more are you better than the fowls?" Okay, think about that. If the Lord feedeth them, why would He not feed His servants that's been out here preaching His word?
All
right. It says, verse 25. And which of you taking thought can add to his stature 1 cubit? If you then be not able to do that thing which is least, why take you thought for the rest? All right. But I'm gonna jump down to verse 28 right quick. It says, if then Yahweh so clothed the grass which is today in the field and and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O you little of faith? All right. So just think about that. The Lord clothes the field, the grass every day. All right. So the whole thing is, don't lack faith in what the Lord can do for you. All right. Because
Yeah.
if what the scriptures say, I forgot where it say you must worship Him in not in spirit and truth, but I forgot. But the other one where it says, when He returns, shall He find faith in the land, man. But about to close out soon. I got one more. With Psalms 37 and 25. You got something?
Mm.
Okay, this is Psalms 37 and 25. It says, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Nor his seed begging for bread. So that should let you know right now, if you're a righteous man and you trust in the Lord, Yahbashim Yahushai, the Lord is never going to forsake you.
God.
All right? What's that in Hebrews 11? When have the righteous been,
Forsaken.
yeah, when have the, never, man. And to finish it out, it says,
Yep.
if you want to pull it, you can. It says, nor his seed begging for bread. So we're not going to beg for bread in that day. All right, the elect is going to be okay. Just have faith in the Lord, and He got you. All right, you about to pull it?
Yeah, I'm about to get the one in Sirach though.
Oh, kind.
This book Sirach, chapter 2. Bear with me for a second. This is book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear, and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but yeah, hey, you know, if you put your trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai, you ain't even gotta worry about this famine. You know, we in the midst of the shit, so of course we gonna suffer. The same things to a certain extent, but we got faith to back our lives up, man. You know, the Lord got the angels. You know what I mean, recording. You know what I mean. So all we gotta do is pretty much trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai and be patient if we do find ourselves in certain situations dealing with the times that we coming into and the times that we in right now. You know. So yeah, man. The Lord is willing. I was edifying. The Wadi Yabashmi Ashah for giving us the spirit to do this lesson. Call halal la banawa Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Wakar Kodash. Once again, double on to the elder apostle Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.
Bye bye.
The Bible boy.